All right, y'all. We on to the next track. Ain't that a Ask Yourself featuring Devin the Dude. Y'all, I do have Devin Dude, he's coming up next, so I haven't forgotten y'all. So yeah, just stay tuned. Okay. Tough, like the way it just dropped, and then you hear the other rest of the whatever instruments be, whatever they be using, like you hear the rest of that, and the other sounds come in. I like that. Hold on, that was smooth.
You staying with that trick, laying with that trick, all your paper off, playing with that trick. At first all you want to do was with the trick. Years passed by, now you stuck with that trick. Fighting more and more, now you fed up with the trick. But you knew that was up when you hooked up with the trick. But you trusted the cause you lust for the you gonna in the now she round this mother pregnant, but a child to it's seen as nut.
Wait, hold on. Why they cutting out the cuss word? What's going on? Is this the right verse that I'm reacting to? Why they cutting out the damn words? Or is that just part of the song? I don't know.
But a lick. The next thing you know, the got you in court. Trying to get your paper, calling it child support. Taking half of your talking about a divorce. If you don't know the game, then here's a crash course. They say you live with the so you common law married, and the then got accustomed to the paper shit.
Ain't that a bitch?
Ain't that a bitch?
Ain't that a bitch? Now ask yourself, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch?
I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. It said, UGK, we've been watching your success ever since you dropped. We would've spoke a long time ago, but we thought you would've flopped. Man, you two got some to graduate to mainstream status from being too broke. From off the cuts, growing up in a town with population 50,000, only 3 high schools, but 8 sets of low-income housing. Look, when
50,000 population with only 3 high schools. 3 high school? That's what he said. 3 high schools. Well, you know, some places, you know, have like less population, like 3,000. Like it depends on like certain areas, like different little, you know, like certain states and different little towns. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. But damn, 3 high schools. That's it. Damn.
It's too hard to swallow, we thought it was a fluke. When you boys came super tight, we played it cool hand loop. Riding dirty, went go with no video. We gave a break, but this MTV Award nomination just took the cake. So read this letter real good and take it as a warning. We'll be watching when you sleep and when you wake up in the morning. The people that you're running with and everything you do, sincerely your sign. You know mother, ain't that a bitch?
Ain't that a bitch? Now ask yourself, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch?
And just when you thought that especially for you. You put all your trust in her, and guess what she do? Round 2 in the morning, that gone. Then she come home with some different clothes on. I guess the is so fine that you pay it no mind. You asked her where she been, she said with one of her friends that blind. Her is a gold mine. Well, that's how she feels, and she can get a few things in exchange for cheap thrills. The price of is turning some women up, and just because they give you some, it ain't yours. So I don't trip on it, but I'll stab if I can, then wipe off my weapon and turn into the traveling man. See, like I Ruby Tuesday, but Friday I had to slap the got knocked up by Roscoe and said I'm the papa though. In this game they got a name for a chick who's getting rich for licking.
Ain't that a bitch?
Ain't that a bitch, huh? You can't really trust too many people out here. You know what I'm saying? That's where you cross the line, and that's where you fuck up. You know? Sometimes people like that ain't worth it. It'll hurt a little bit. It's okay to express that, but they ain't worth it. That's why we have karma in this life. Karma is a beautiful thing, but it will come back to bite you in the ass when you least expect it. It may take a little time, but don't worry. They gonna handle all that. You know what I'm saying? Don't even trip. You're gonna be all right.
Ain't that a bitch? Now ask yourself, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Now ask yourself, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch?
Oh yeah, that's a bitch right there. That's fucked up. Ain't that a bitch? When shit like that goes down, the least shit you expected is the worst turnout. Cause it's like, damn, ain't that a bitch? But you know what? You gonna be all right. We on to the next track, y'all. I like that beat though. Ain't that a bitch? Like I like how like that the beginning was coming in and how that beat dropped. Like that shit was just smooth. I like that. All right, y'all. We on to the next track. Gold Grill featuring 8 Ball at MJG.